Hello and welcome to Shipreneur with B.sc on Africa Business Radio. It's a beautiful day to be alive, and I am excited to be driving this conversation of celebrating and honoring African women doing amazing in their careers and business. We get to talk about their lives, their work, their challenges, and probably borrow a leaf from their experiences to help us do better. So, welcome to the show. On the trivia today, we put out a question on social media and got answers right back to help you learn important facts in history relating to women. And the question for today is, who was the first African female vice chancellor and what country? The answer is Grace Alele Williams, who was the first Nigerian female vice chancellor at the University of Benin, and also the first Nigerian woman to receive a doctorate degree and a professor of mathematics education. Her teaching career started at Queen's School, Ede, Osun State, where she was the mathematics teacher from 1954 until 1957. She left for the University of Vermont to become a graduate assistant and later assistant professor. Between 1963 and 65, Alele Williams was a postdoctoral research fellow, Department and Institute of Education, University of Ibadan, from where she was appointed a professor of mathematics at the University of Lagos in 1976. She has held and served in various capacities, and by serving in various committees and boards, Alele Williams has made useful contributions in the development of education in Nigeria and across the world. Some of us still believe that education is the key to innovations and development, and we applaud the likes of Alele Williams for leading the way. I'll take a break now. When I come back, we go straight into the next segment. Stay with us. Welcome back to She Motivates. The past few years have seen a rise in the number of women-owned business in IT, oil, mining, or the aviation sector. Female entrepreneurs are breaking gender stereotypes, showing that what a man can do, a woman can do also even better. And so today, we celebrate one of such women in the person of Njeri Rionge from Kenya. The Kenyan business magnate started her first business at the age of 19, selling yogurt at schools in the capital, Nairobi. She went on to sell clothes and run a few other small businesses. Today, Njeri Rionge is one of the women pioneer investors in the IT sector in Africa, having confounded Wananchi Online, East Africa's first mass market internet service provider, which has grown to become the region's leading internet company. Over the years, the serial entrepreneur has established a host of other thriving businesses, including Ignite Consulting, a flourishing business consulting, business lounge, one of Kenya's largest startup incubators, and a booming digital marketing agency. When Njeri is not busy expanding her business empire, she's impacting knowledge and skills to young entrepreneurs in her country and helping them grow in their own businesses. If you're not inspired by this Kenyan businesswoman, I wonder who would inspire you. I'm going to take a break now. When I come back, we'll go straight into the Shiro segment. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Shiro segment of Shipreneur with B.sc on Africa Business Radio. You know that on every show, we bring Shiros for inspiring conversations. And today, we have a beauty, fashion, and lifestyle blogger, a content creator, an award-winning social media influencer, YouTuber, makeup artist, fashion consultant, and realtor. Welcome with me, Joyce Agwu. Welcome, darling.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing
You look
good.
amazing, by the way.
Thank you so much.
What's the inspiration behind this outfit?
I was like, we're coming for Shipreneur. We're going to be suited up.
To show how serious the conversation is going to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you, what inspired you into the fashion industry?
My love for fashion, actually, because I started as a model when I was in uni. So I just thought that I don't just need to be advertising for other brands. I can be a brand myself. So I love clothes. I love to look good. I love to define my own taste and, my own style. So why stay in the dark when you can go out there, pair this and pair that, and wear your amazing shoes, hats, hair,
and make a living off of it?
Yes. yes.
That's awesome. But do you sew, or you just create your designs?
No, I don't sew, because I've always wanted to learn, but I don't get around to do that. But what I do is I like to tell whoever is going to make my item, my clothes or my fashion pieces, I just tell them what I want, probably even draw sometimes.
Oh, so you can draw?
Yes. So I either draw it or just give them mood boards so that they know what I want here. And then probably just piece it together myself. If I don't give them the design, for instance, if it's already done and I just want to buy this piece, so I buy from here, and I put it together. Put it together. So, but I don't sew. But I intend to learn how to, so that I can instruct people, because I know I won't be able to sit down and make.
That reminded me, because I was also interested in the fashion business. I'm actually in the fashion business, and I said, okay, why don't I start by sewing? And I started sewing, and in 2 months I was fed up, because I realized it needed a lot of patience, and I always ran into problems of having to loosen it when I make a mistake. My madam was always complaining that you must sit down and loosen it and start all over again. It wasn't just for me. But did you ever have the fear that because the fashion industry is saturated, you may not be able to make your mark?
Yes, I got scared at some point, and even at some point tried to mimic a lot of people on the way. But then I realized that once you're true to yourself, people would actually see you, and you would get your own gang. So people that love what you're doing, people that would see you and be wowed by what you do, would still stick to you. And everything is saturated, to be honest, because I don't think anybody was ever the pioneer of anything. I feel that people just build on what is already existing, and they might be pioneer in some sort of way, but nobody ever really starts anything alone or started it first, because you never really know the history, you never really know the beginning of anything. So it's very normal to have industries saturated, because all industries to me are saturated, because more than 1, 2, 3 is a crowd.
Yeah, true.
So regardless,
we have over 200 million people. Of course, everybody will be repeating things.
That is it.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
Let me, for the benefit of those people who are listening and watching, what's a fashion blog? What's the job of a fashion blogger? What exactly do you do?
Okay, so a fashion blog is supposed to help the normal person who doesn't have that, creative mindset, to see something and be inspired by it. Now, as a fashion blogger, you're like an artist, so you have to paint the picture of the mix and match of items. Beauty is also part of fashion as well. The mix and match of, makeup, shoes, bags, colors, to tell these people that, see, this is possible. You compare this. It's possible. Because if you don't think about the pairing and you're like, this can't work with this, you will never go to the market or go to the supermarket and say, I want this and I want this. But you can see it in a magazine, you can see it on Instagram, you can see it somewhere, and I'm like, okay, this is this. I've just gone through pages on Instagram. I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm going to wear the other, and I go and find it, or I make it, because fashion blogs do that. They give you the avenue to see something that you haven't really seen before. Sometimes you might have seen it before, but make it appealing for you to feel like this.
I can try
works.
this.
Yes, you can try this. That's what a fashion blog does. Now, it's not just to post and just trends, but it's to help the normal person who has their own job to, give us something else in the society. You give them, you help them out with the other thing.
I think you actually offer a lot of help, because I'm someone who doesn't really like to pair. I feel it's a lot of work. So people I know that will buy this jean from this place, they buy that top from that place. The colors are different, and then they put it together and it looks really nice. But me, I want one piece. Like I can just wear my jumpsuit like I'm wearing now and off I go. But so that means if I come to your page, I would likely be inspired to combine one or two things and see how that works. That's actually fantastic. Now, what were some of the challenges you faced in the industry and how were you able to overcome it?
Oh, money. Because all these things are expensive. So, but what I now consciously decided to do was not to rush, not to try to, get the clothing and do it before time. And I decided to just document when I'm going for something meaningful. So now if I'm going for something meaningful, I need an item, I need a fashion piece, and then I'll get it and then take pictures of it. But make sure that I consciously take pictures, so I won't just go out with my fine clothes and my fine pairing and without pictures. You understand? That's the thing.
Women.
Yeah, but what I used to do before was I would spend money, buy pieces, then start taking photos, But when you don't, it's advisable to do that, as a creative.
If you have the money.
But when you don't have that, remember that when you feel like you're not able to do something the way you want it, it would actually dim your shine for you personally inside, and it will make you not, perform the way you should. So what I did was liberate myself, forget about the money, and decide that, I'm going to do what's necessary. And what is necessary is when you're going out, you have to dress up. So if I'm going to step out and I want it to be simple, I would say, no, this is your opportunity to dress up. So I would dress up and take pictures and document that, or make a video. Conscious effort.
Awesome. So I want to build on that a bit. Now, there are young people out there who have ideas. They want to start businesses, but because they do not have funds, they haven't gotten someone who believes in them, they don't make a move. What advice would you give to them?
DIY. Do it yourself. Find the most affordable that expresses your style, that expresses what you want to do with your business. Do a lot of DIYs, and people would actually see the potential in that, and you would see people who would just be angel investors. There are a lot of things that I've done that maybe I won't put it into account right now, but I might not have fund for a certain thing, and then when someone sees just the little I have done, someone now pays for content. I now have enough fund to put into more, and then another person sees that content and then pays for another content, and you see where that's going. So if you don't show anybody what you can do, nobody will. Yes, they won't believe
what
in
they
you.
can't see.
Yes, and you won't be able to build up. You will just be there complaining about how you don't have, how you can't, and time is moving. People are taking the ideas that you think you have, and they're already building on it. You might have had the idea first, but then somebody else started. Somebody made a move. When you move, that's one thing I just realized. Once you start the journey, there's every possibility that when you get to the river, you would see that bridge and you will cross it. But if you don't start...
When you get to the river, the bridge would appear.
Yes.
That's a rhyme.
Yes. But if you don't move, you will never be able to see the bridge. But you probably see the river from the other end of your own, and you're like, oh my God.
See the forest blocking you.
How am I going to pass? But if you move, you will always find a way. That's just the truth. A lot of people have told me, Joyce, you dream too, like your dream is too
dreams
big.
Are big.
How will you be able to fund that? How will you be able to do this? And I tell them I'll handle it when I get there. And eventually, when I get there, I handle it.
Help appears.
Yes,
wow.
It does.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
On that, we'll take a break now. When we come back, we continue this conversation with Joyce Agwu. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Shira's segment. I still have my guest in the house, Joyce Agwu, and we are still having that inspiring conversation. So, baby girl, let me use that word. What do you think is that one thing that sets you apart?
I would say my bravado. Because I would call myself a very brave lady. Because I dare to do things that even people would say, oh, don't, but I go ahead and do it. And then eventually they come around and you're like, wow, You did it. So I would say my choice of color of hair, if you have seen my page, you realize that
I like the green, by the way.
Yeah. So I started with, I think, more blonde, because people, and a lot of people do blondes and all those colors. Now when I started with blonde, people would tell me, why are you using white? You're looking like this, you're looking like that, you're not looking classy. And I told them, don't worry. Eventually, they would actually ask me, where did you make your hair? And then they would make it, take pictures and send to me. Same color.
Wow.
When they said no, they didn't want to do it.
Wow.
And then next time I do orange. In fact, I did the orange, and while I was doing it, people were staring at me like, what is this girl doing? But once the hair was done, they were like, wow, it's so beautiful. I think I want to do orange. I'm wearing green right now. A lot of people were telling me, when I told them that the next hair color I'm going to do is green, because I think I did blue, orange, and then green. When I did the green, they were like, when I told them, that I was doing green next, they were like, why are you doing green? That doesn't look classy at all. But I love the way it looks, and I'm sure I have a lot of people telling me, they love, in fact, they want to now change their hair to green. So now I have people telling me, I want to change my hair to this. Now where do we get, I want to get this, I want to do this. But eventually, they always want it. At first, they will tell you, no, it looks bad. It's not going to look good. It's going to look raz. But then, because I show them that, see, you can still look classy. I used to tell people I'm a classy chick with a bit of raz. So I want you to see me.
Like that.
I want you to see me and know that this girl, you don't fuck with her. But I want you to also know that you see her. So you're seeing me, I'm classy in your face, I'm loud, but you can't hear the noise. So you can hear the voice, but not the noise. And that is what I want to do with everything, but my hair, my clothing, my style.
So let's take a break.
Yeah.
You can hear the voice, but not the noise. Okay, I think we need to ponder on that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really awesome. But the green looks really amazing on you.
Thank you.
I personally love colors. But sometimes, you can't do as much because of this sort of thing.
The stereotype?
Yeah, the stereotype and sort of. No, but I don't care about stereotypes.
Okay.
Like, I am that bold as well. But sometimes you just have to, because of the nature of work that you are involved in. But this is awesome. You're expressing yourself, and it really looks cool. Like, it's not horrible. It looks really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, what do you think about? I know that at some point you partnered with STL
Fashion House. Yeah.
What do you think about women partnering together to run businesses?
First of all, STL is not actually run by a woman. It's by a man. But yes, partnering with women is very important. But I've noticed in my niche, I will not lie, a lot of women, you'd reach out to them, and if they feel like you're not in a certain place to rub off a certain shine on them, they would just either ignore you or keep on wasting your time. That's when I realized. But if we work together, I've seen a lot of people working together, and it does amazing for both parties, regardless of where your class is, what you're doing, your price pay, your price range pay, whatever that is. It helps the both sides. So I would tell them it's best for people to collaborate, be very open to collaboration. But now I understand why some women don't want to, because I have opened up to certain people that I feel like they're not at a certain level, and then they would waste my time. Just imagine they would waste my time and probably tell me, oh, sorry, I had something to do, and they wouldn't even tell you. It's different that you're cancelling and you're told that, okay, see, I'm cancelling.
This won't work today. Can we move it?
But you would just leave it, and I will call you, and you won't peek. I've had to be honest, right now I don't. A lot of people that I would naturally collaborate with, I wouldn't now, because I feel that when you put yourself out there, some people just take advantage of it and disrespect you. And I think that's one thing that a lot of women do not want. They don't want that disrespect. So I would understand them, but I would still say it's best to still keep your house open sometimes. Just keep it open a little, but don't close your doors.
No collaboration.
Yes, no collaboration. Yes, that's not something we should do. But we also need to be careful, because I've seen the other part, and that's where I started understanding people who would be like, no, okay, I think actually I chatted someone up, and she was like, okay, you know what? Would watch your journey. Let's see where you get to, or let's see how you're moving, and then I think I would now consider the collaboration.
Let me get this. Do you think that collaborations work best with people almost on the same level than when one person is trying to bring up the other person? Because I know, I asked this question. I know that sometimes you want to collaborate and the other person is feeling you're not there yet. I haven't seen your track record. You just want to just stand up and rise immediately. I need to see your progress. And there are people you meet at some point when they begin to see that you are now making impact.
They will now want to
come for collaboration. So do you think it work best when you are almost on the same level?
To be honest, if you're almost on the same level, I don't really think it really does much. Now,
you think so?
Yeah. Why? Why I say this is because if you're almost on the same level, when you're collaborating with someone almost on the same level, you guys are
you're pulling in your strengths from the two different corners.
You're pulling strengths, yes, but it's not making any real impact. Do you get what I mean? But if for instance there's a bigger person, now that person is pulling this person up, and that person is putting out an energy of inspiration, so you now gain from the person up, gains from that person's potential let's say fans, potential fans, because now they see that this person
is an inspiration. So even if they haven't followed this person, but they're watching this person gains from that person, and this person now gains from the already existing fans, the already existing audience. The gain is more on the person who is down.
Yes, it is more on this person, but then it gives more value than when you are almost. Because if you're almost, yes, you guys will work together, it would look good, it would be this, but then not enough people are going to see any meaning to it. They'll just say, okay, these two really nice people, oh my, and sometimes those two people already have similar fans. They already have similar audience. So the addition wouldn't be much.
They're not reaching out to
more people. You're not reaching out to more people. But if you collaborate with this other person, there are people who are watching that person who want to, but they don't think that person is worth it yet. Not because the person's craft is not enough, but because the person doesn't have enough numbers. Now, but when
it's all about the numbers
for some people, especially in the social media space, I'm just using social media actually. Now, but if this person who has more number tries to pull this person up, even the people that are not yet with this person would come
because of this person
and come to this person
as well.
But that person, those other people have never seen this other person. Do you get what I mean? So like, it's still a better option, even for the person who seems like is in a bigger position. Yes, because you're exposing yourself more to more people who have not seen you, but they would want to be your fan, or they would want to be part of your audience.
You studied anatomy in the university. Why aren't you in the health sector? What are you doing in the fashion industry?
I can't stay one place.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
I can't.
That beats me. Okay.
No.
So the health industry would have kept you in one place?
In one place. Now, except when we go for outreaches.
Oh.
If you see me when we're doing an outreach, you'll be like, powerful. Like, I like to organize. I like to, be here, be there, do this, do that. If I'm not in a place where my adrenaline is working, where I'm sweating, I'm moving, you can see me active, I feel terrible for myself, because afterwards I would be sick. Now, people get sick when they are overworked. I get sick when I'm underworked.
When you're not doing anything.
When I'm not doing anything, or when I'm doing something in a place, just in one place, I get tired. Sometimes I've actually worked with like people, and I've worked in health institutions, but because I have to sit down and compute or do this, or help with surgery, or help with that, I'm not happy. I eventually go, even when they're going to pay me. It's not my passion.
It's not your passion.
But I like to make people feel good. So I'd rather use this other way that I'm already doing it to make people feel good than, lie to myself and to others.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what would you say about the growing trend of African fashion, African fabrics are international now, especially adire?
Yeah.
Everybody just wants to wear the adire, the Ankara. You go on the runways, you see a lot of them. What do you say about African fashion, and how do you think we as Africans can leverage on it? You're not really looking African today, so why are you not looking African?
Okay. I'm going to first of all answer the effect question. So for me, I believe that our fabric being given the attention it's given now is amazing. It's beautiful. That is an example of when people, decide to show the world what can be done with a certain element, and you see how beautifully it's working. Now, it was courageous for a lot of people to actually break from the I want to be English to wearing Ankara. Sorry, I wore Ankara the other day.
Oh, so, sorry. Yeah. I missed that.
In our other interview, I wore Ankara.
I missed that.
Okay, so I love African fabrics. Like, if I can incorporate it in every single thing I would wear, I would do it because it looks so beautiful. And it makes you stand out.
It does. It does, really.
Like, I love colors. You can't just go out with just plain colors and stand out the way someone who would wear properly sewn, designed Ankara would look. That person would come in and everybody's like, who is that?
Who's this person? Who's that girl?
Yeah. And I know that there was a time when if you wear Ankara, it's like you are cheap. At some point, it means
our personal mentality.
Yes, our personal mentality was like you are cheap, because if you're wearing the
design,
the Western, the Western black and white, the names, then you are in vogue. But the people who started using the fabrics, thank you to all of them, because now they have given us the courage that we need to wear our fabrics, beautiful fabrics.
Did we need other people to give us the courage to wear what is ours? Don't you think there's something typically wrong with our psyche if we need other people to validate what belongs to us before we see the value in it? That's where the problem is. Because till the fashion houses, put it on the runway, we didn't see the value that we had. Now the Igbo people are using it, and we now decide, it's Adire, everybody's going the Adire way. How do we change our psyche and our mindset to love what belongs to us?
A lot of Africans before now, when it's a trend that African culture is beautiful and everything, they felt bad because of the whole, slave trade, the rejection, the fact that when you are black, it feels like you're ugly, or when you're black, you're not attractive. So the thing is, when you have been raised thinking that everything about you isn't attractive, is inferior. Yes, that's the perfect word. Inferior. You tend to look for what is in the trend, saying that is superior, to match up, to help you
feel good about yourself,
to help your self-esteem. Do you understand? That is the problem. But looking at how people are having the courage to move past is beautiful, because now we all gain strength from something. I would say that my personal bravery is from my mom. Now, if I didn't have a mother like that, I don't know if I would be as brave as I am.
As you are today.
So now, learning to appreciate oneself, appreciate one's culture, is actually also very courageous. So I wouldn't say it is a bad thing that, we needed help to start appreciating our fabrics or appreciating who we are and really seeing the beauty in being African and what we have. I would say it's courageous because you can't change history. We can only educate people, which is why the education needs to keep on going. We need to keep screaming it out loud that we are beautiful. We are black and beautiful.
I like that.
Our fabric is beautiful. You should be proud to wear it. Because sometimes, even when you go to work, some people will tell you, you have to only wear Ankara on Fridays. That is part of the problem too.
The stereotype.
But now a lot of people are, even though the basic corporate businesses don't still do that, they still do the Friday thing. But more people, more businesses now
are more open
to you wearing your African fabric, your Ankara, your Adire. You can wear it any day for work because that doesn't really change your effectiveness.
Joyce Agwu, that is so profound. I like what you said. We can't change history.
We can't change
but we
history.
can just keep educating ourselves.
Yes, we can just keep improving it.
It's been a fantastic conversation with you. I feel bad that I have to let you go. I feel like we could have 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Producers, can we? But thanks so much for being on the show with us. Thanks so much for this chat. Any other thing you're working on that you would like to tell us?
At the moment, I am working on having a stable space for my makeup studio. So you guys are going to be seeing that soon. And check my blog out, my YouTube. I'm going to be having more videos on my YouTube now because I'm working on a stable schedule that you guys are going to be getting your videos every week, twice a week.
Regularly.
Yes,
regularly
very regularly
now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
thank you.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you so much for having this chat. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
And that's it on Entrepreneur with B.sc on Africa Business Radio. I hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. I'll see you again, same time next week. Bye-bye.